or solutions to the crime problems in the country. With me is the IFP's Velaphi Ndlovu to talk more about the release of the crime statistics. Velaphi, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Your thoughts on these crime statistics?
Well, one must say that while we welcome the decrease in other areas of crime, but we are still perturbed because there is a lot of rapes, a lot of violence crime, especially among the vulnerable groups. And there is a lot of unemployment people outside who are marching every now and then, and they are increasing criminal activities while they are doing so. That impacts too much in the investigation and arrest of the criminal people within the country. That is why the crime is so high on the housebreaking and so on and so forth, because the people are unemployed.
Murder and attempted murder also going up.
That's what we're talking about, because people are unemployed. They don't have something to eat. That is why you'll find that people have degrees, they've finished their schooling and everything, but they can't find employment. That is why they're doing everything that they can have something to eat or to feed their families. That's where the problem is. The government has a duty to make a playing field so that the people are able to be employed, so that they're able to do so, so that they're able to feed their children and their siblings. If they can't do that, they will go for crime and so on and so forth. That is why the crime is very high.
Police Minister Nathi Mthethwa is saying police have been distracted by service delivery protests. Do you think it's a valid reason?
I don't think so, because people are supposed to get their delivery. If they elect the government, they are saying, we want delivery from that government, they elected it. If the government in office don't want to deliver, and instead they are doing the criminal activities behind the desks where they are supposed to deliver to the people, that makes people mad. That is why most of them are on the street. People are supposed to be on the street when they are hungry, when they need delivery. Government has to deliver because they have promised them. You can't promise something that you can't give. If you have promised something, you must give something. Therefore, don't make a promise, because if you promise, you can't keep it. Therefore, people have been promised. That is why, therefore, we have these delivery marches every now and then.
Any plans from the side of the IFP to combat this problem?
Well, firstly, is that there should be a leveling of a playing field, so that the investors can able to invest within the country, so that we keep the unemployment. People must be employed. People who have degrees, people who have finished their schools must be able to be employed so that they will feed their family. People must find job, because if empty hands that are idle, they always end up in crime. Therefore, we must try to solve that thing. Secondly, the national commissioner, every national commissioner, when he resumes office, he always restructure the police service. Every now and then there is restructuring. The service of the police is people who have been trained to hold the criminal people, must arrest the criminals, must not stay behind the desk and write papers, because they are trained to arrest the criminals. Therefore, that's the job that they must do. Therefore, the restructuring every now and then, it keeps them away from doing the core business which the police are trained to.
Before you go, the DA's Diane Barnard earlier was speaking with our reporter Thulasizwe Similani, and she said, look, the other problem is that Ria Pierre is not a police officer. Do you think it's also a leadership problem?
When there was a vacancy on the National Commissioner position, we as the IFP, through our leader, we said, we advised the president not to appoint a civilian, but he must appoint a police officer. Why we said so? Because we know how the police behave. All police personnel, if you employ a police, they will respect that person. If you are employing a civilian, they will always ask a question, how does he know about us? Where does he come from? Where does she come from? How does he know about our things? How does he know about policing? They ask all those questions instead of doing the job. Therefore, the respect goes down. And the business of getting criminals behind bars, they are starting chatting in their boardrooms and so on and so forth, while the civilian person is trying to empower himself or herself in the office. We always say, whenever there is a vacancy in a national office position, please employ the police. We have a record. One, Salebe didn't succeed. He came from civilian. He was not a police. Two, Begibele never succeeded. Now Riapieche is not succeeding. But when you go back after 1994, the general that was there did something good because he combined 11 police post officers together from all angles to be one in police service.
Velaphi, thank you for your perspective this afternoon. Velaphi Ndlovu there from the IFP talking to us about crime statistics.
News that moves. eNCA.com.